And welcome to Ozarks Live. Thanks for joining us.
I'm
Producer
back.
Kerrigan is with us.
Back
me.
Back in better than ever.
Yeah, you were here yesterday.
I know.
I wasn't here.
I know. You were
I
I wanted to be.
I know. I was at European Cafe, and wow, was it good stuff.
Wow, it's
Yeah.
good. They've got some good food there. They're macaroons. I don't know how you say
Macaron.
it. That's how I've always said it, but people are like, it's macaroons. And I'm like,
Well,
no.
macaroon is something different.
It's a different, that's what I thought.
Yes, a macaroon always has coconut in it, I think. Macaron doesn't, unless it's a coconut macaron.
We're really discussing the hard-hitting topics today. Macaron or macaroon, you weigh in.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
but I've looked it up to make sure.
I have too.
You know, and a macaron has the,
I just feel like I say it wrong when I say macaron.
no, macaron, that's French.
Macaron.
French, I think, in the language itself doesn't
Nope.
have an ooh sound.
You're right.
So it's
You're right.
macaron. And
Well,
they're spelled
regardless,
differently.
I'm still jealous you went there and that I did not get to.
Well, I brought some back.
You did, and I ate all of it.
Yeah,
Ate
well,
my fair share.
that's true, but we shared.
We shared.
That's right.
We practice sharing here. Look at us being adults.
Yeah.
We have a fun show today, though, guys. As you can probably tell, Joy's not here. She is at the library talking Earth Day today.
Then we'll have the latest on next weekend's Arts Fest.
So excited. Plus, Springfield Little Theater is going to pay us a visit here soon.
Plus, we have the latest on a partnership between Harvest Bank and the Ozarks Food Harvest.
Not to mention Dawson Hollow is going to be on the Ozarks Live virtual stage a little later. But before we get to all that, here is what's on our radar.
All right. Now, you know, jogging can be a solitary activity, or you can invite a friend or two along, but it's that uninvited guest that can kind of throw a real monkey wrench into the festivities. At least that seemed to be the case for Evan Matthews while jogging in Wyoming's Grand Teton National Park. Take a look at this.
Well, just out here for a run and suddenly noticed that I'm being watched by this little guy. Not so little guy. All right, hey. Stay back. Hey! No! Stay back! No! Got my bear spray. No! You back up. You stay there. Good bear. All right.
Yeah, I mean, the bear's over in the snow now, but the bear eventually started there, you see.
Hey,
He's
no.
following him down the road. You know, Evan said he was about a half mile from his car when he noticed the bear. Decided to walk instead of, jog, so he didn't look like prey. And also, it was a, good idea to tell the bear he wasn't food.
Yeah, I like that he yells like, hey, you can understand me, please don't come closer.
Well, yeah, but I think
It's
he
strong
wanted.
move.
It didn't make an animal sound, so he was, and it eventually worked. The bear went.
He left,
took
yeah.
off. But
I would have peed my pants.
that's something I don't think you're supposed to do
Probably not.
in any situation.
We'll see. We'll talk about that later. All right. Well, you guys know you've done it. You've poured a glass of beer, looked at the foam on top, obviously, and thought, I wonder how many bubbles there are. You know, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll? How many bubbles in my beer? Wonder no more. Science has come to the rescue. Gerard Liger-Belair, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, a researcher at the University of Reims-Champagne-Ardenne in France, actually counted the number of bubbles in a glass of champagne, like we all do. After using a scientific approach, he came up with the answer. Nearly 1 million bubbles seems to be a reasonable approximation. What would you say, Tom, right? Yeah?
Yeah, works for me.
Now he's turned to beer. His research paper, guys, begins with The number of bubbles likely to form in a glass of beer is the result of the fine interplay between dissolved CO2, tiny particles, or glass imperfections acting as bubble nucleation sites in ascending bubble dynamics. Did I sound scientific when I said that?
Did.
I tried really hard. The result, though, a gently poured half pint of lager will produce between 200,000 and 2 million bubbles before going flat. Factors such as, style of beer, type of glass, and influencers on fizz quality will affect the final total. So, bring on the bar bets. Let's start betting on bubbles.
That's it.
I like
I'm glad
it.
we got that answer
We've
settled.
saved it.
All right, it's time now to turn our focus to Joy, who's over at the Schweitzer Brentwood Branch Library today.
Are you checking out a new book, Joy? If so, can I ask you to pick me up some?
Actually, I kind of am checking out a book. I picked up this one about eco-architecture. This is the kind of thing you can learn all about at the library. But here's the thing. I'm not really here to talk so much about books today as I am to talk about the library where I'm sitting right now. So you remember yesterday was Earth Day. All right, I am at the Schweitzer Brentwood Branch Library, and I'll bet you didn't know this. I didn't know this until the other day. This is the only LEED certified library that we have in town. I mean, a town our size is so fortunate to have the beautiful libraries that we have. And we have one that is LEED certified. And again, it's the Schweitzer Brentwood Branch. It's right off of Glenstone and Seminole, runs this way. And here's the deal. Those of you who were around in the 70s remember this long brick building that sits right here adjacent to the street. But back this direction, there used to be a home back there. And the library actually bought that home, and they took the home down and they made some more space, but they also modernized this building in a way that not only is more pleasing for people to come and relax and research and read and whatever, but it's also a lot more environmentally friendly in terms of things like energy usage and drainage and things like that. So here in a little bit, we're going to talk to the branch manager. You're going to learn something about this particular library that I'll bet you never knew. Guys, back to you.
You're going to learn today.
Yeah, thanks, Joy.
Thanks, Joy.
You notice how quietly she's speaking, very respectful of the library. All right, coming up, Arts Fest is about a week away, and there are some changes.
We'll have all the latest information for you, so don't go away. Ozarks Live is just getting started.